Do you feel alone when you're with anyone else? I'm all alone and I don't want anyone else. If there's a way to know the pain, I swear I'll do it. I'm paying.
Welcome to the Indie Tea Talk podcast. I'm Adam and this is Katie, your host for a journey into indie music across the north of England. Tune in as we share a brew with some of the most exciting indie artists around, exploring their unique melodies and creating a space where you can discover your favourite music like never before. And whilst you're here, please show your support by hitting that subscribe button. It's a massive help to us and the amazing artists that we feature. Today, we're joined by a band that's carved out a space for themselves with emotionally raw lyrics, immersive guitar melodies, and live shows that hit you straight in the chest. China Bears started as a uni project, but it's grown into something much bigger. They've played hundreds of gigs across the UK, taken their songs overseas, and last year released their debut album, Participation Trophy, through Fierce Panda. They're currently back on the road celebrating a year of that record whilst gearing up for the second album. So, please welcome China Bears into the studio. Hello.
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 I'm gonna be open with you. That went a lot easier than usual. Normally there's a lot more edits.
I'm
Everyone's taken aback.
yeah, that was amazing.
Well, it happens once in a blue moon, so you know. What did they say? It's the stop clock principle. Every now and again it's right. So thanks for coming over. How are you doing today? You all right?
Yeah, we're feeling good. Thanks for having us.
Thank you. How's your tour going so far? You've had some exciting moments?
Yeah, it's been good. We've been up and down. We're kind of like halfway through, I guess. We say tour, it's more of like a series of shows. We're kind of out throughout the summer, most weekends, and
Right.
so. But yeah, it's been good. It's been quite nice actually doing it in like kind of a batch, then going home, and then a batch. It's kind of different. But
Because you guys were saying, are you all at full-time work as well alongside it? So
yeah,
weekends work well, I guess.
Yeah, it's nice to balance it.
They call it the dad tour, don't they? When you do just tour on the weekends.
Just tour on the week. I like it. So you've been playing together for a long time. Do you remember the first time it kind of felt like a band as opposed to just something you started at uni? How did that come about?
I think probably when we first put out a song together, like on Spotify and all that, streaming services, and we were studying in Guildford at the Academy of Contemporary Music, and then we did a sort of release show, headline show at a venue called the Boiler Room.
All right.
And we'd kind of like worked our way up from the opening band, and then so it was like a really big deal for us, that first ever headline show with a proper release, and we took a long time to record music. Actually, that was sort of like as we were leaving Guildford, so we'd spent the whole time at uni kind of like gigging and demoing, but we kind of built up to this release, so it felt like a good way to kind of like end that kind of chapter but start this just like off into the big bad world and try and make it as a band or as a songwriters and stuff.
The poster for that show is still on the ceiling of the Boiler Room as well. So
Oh,
Is it?
if you're ever in the Boiler Room, our first headline show's on the ceiling somewhere.
when was that?
Ooh,
Ooh,
2017.
Yeah,
2017.
Yeah,
sounds right.
2017.
Yeah. Rome wasn't built in a day.
No, absolutely not. What do you remember about the formation of the band then, prior to releasing your first stuff?
That's
and
a good
like
question.
Awful haircuts.
awful haircuts?
Yeah.
Desperately start searching Instagram for.
I think so. Yeah, it was the same as it is now.
We were all on the same course, same class at uni. So we sort of knew each other through there.
I auditioned for the band.
James had to actually audition, which was a bit weird. I'd never done that before.
Because you two are brothers, right? So
They knew
that
each
I
other.
guess was you knew each other.
Yeah, so Fraser and I had been writing songs together, and then Dean, our drummer, who isn't with us today, but he just lived on the same street as us.
He's
And
still
so-
alive. He's just not with us right now.
Just to clarify.
But yeah, he lived on the same street, so he kind of just sort of joined the band somehow.
Yeah,
He kind of was just always around, and he was like, I guess I'm the drummer in the band. And we're like, okay. And then we thought, I say audition, but we were just like, oh, we need a bass player. So we kind of just put up a little poster in like the uni hall, and you know, James was just one of those people that, and it was like an instant click, I think.
I just wanted to be, because I'd heard the songs in lectures and stuff, and I just wanted to be in the band. So I think I asked you if you needed a drummer initially, and you said you already had Dean. So I was like, well, what do you need?
I can be anything you want me to be.
Yeah, James isn't, well, you're a very good bass player, but you weren't a bass player before.
No,
not really.
I was one of those guitarists that picked up the bass sort of thing. But
if needs be, would you have sung? Because no, that's a harsh way. That's a harsh way of putting it. Would you have been like the maracas guy just to get in?
Tell you what, it's hard to play the maracas well.
Yeah, and to be honest, I don't think I would have been qualified. Honestly,
fair play.
The last maracas guy, he was bad.
Yeah. You see what happens to the last guy.
Yeah, we had to get rid of him.
Yeah.
So your debut album, Participation Trophy, it was released in 2024. Before we kind of get into the nuts and bolts of it, why did it take you so long? Why did you wait so long to make a full length album?
I think so. We were kind of talking about this off screen, but the lockdowns definitely sort of halted things, and I feel like we're on a bit of a where we had an EP run. Our first ever EP came out in 2019, leading into 2020. So I think we were kind of going into it with like, oh, the next thing will probably be an album, but then it just kind of slowed everything down. And then we had done a bunch of recording just before the lockdown, so we decided to put those songs out as an EP. And then post lockdown we thought, oh, let's do one more EP to kind of build the momentum back up. And then it kind of hit what started 2023. We were just like, I think it's album time now.
It's one of those things, it sounds like a long time, but it was just kind of like happened naturally, I'd say. It's just like it was just progressed the way that it did.
Yeah.
It was,
felt like a long time from a fan's perspective.
That's it.
There's a long 2017 to 2024 it's quite a while. That
I think it's also figuring out what you sound like or want to sound like as a band. Because although like I See China Bears it's weird to think people would have seen us say it like 2017, but to me we were like a completely different band then in some ways. But we've just grown into, and I think you're always kind of trying to find, you know, that new sound. But I think we've just kind of grown as players, and I think it just took us those years of just touring and figuring out the songs you want to make. And
no, I think that's good, because ultimately it's very easy to get drawn into I need to produce. I've done 2 EPs, now it's time for an album, or to follow that sort of rhetoric.
To be quite regimented about it. Yeah.
But to just go, no, I'm not ready for that. I'm happy to put out another EP, and I'm still finding that sound. I've not built to that point yet.
Yeah.
So I think that takes a lot of self-confidence to do that. So
I can understand building up the momentum again as well, like post-COVID. I think not playing live made a massive difference to a lot of musicians, in that you kind of needed that momentum again anyway to, like you say, to find your sound. And I think playing live adapts that a lot, of like you kind of click on certain bits and you're like, oh, I really liked when we did that. Or so I guess maybe finding your rhythm again before doing a full album makes sense.
Yeah. We also weren't living, we used to live together, but then sort of because of the lockdowns we kind of all lived separately again. So I think it was just a mixture of personal life and then bringing it back, and kind of just we kind of had our chat with Fierce Panda, who's put out all of the EPs leading up to the album. We kind of made a decision, let's do one more EP, and then push to the debut.
So you recorded it with, is it Rod Jones from Idlewild?
Yeah.
How did that connection come about? What did he kind of bring to the sessions?
I think so. Our manager and like the guy from the label, Chris, the Fierce Panda have a stage at South by. So I think maybe 2023 he was out there, and then Rod Jones, obviously with Idlewild, have history with Fierce Panda. They put out some of their early music on the label. So I think they just kind of connected, and they were kind of talking about it, and then Chris sort of came back and suggested, we think maybe Rod Jones would be a good fit, and then he saw us at the Great Escape that same year, And then, that kind of conversation just kind of kicked off from there.
Nice.
And it was really great. It's been, Rod was amazing. Really great to work with.
Nice.
What do you think he brought to the table then?
I think having that, if we're quite passionate, like with the writing, that we'll like argue over an idea for ages, and I think Rod brought like a sort of finality of like, you just need to do this, like stop like overthinking it, you just need to do this, and it was really valuable. And obviously like he had brought some amazing and really helpful arrangement ideas and stuff like that as well. Like, he's like, oh, you don't need that chorus, or stuff like that. So really valuable to the whole process.
It's also just nice having an outsider anyway.
That's it. Absolutely. I mean, it's just been us four for what, I don't know, 6 years or whatever, 7, before that. So having that extra person, it freshened it up as well. Like, having a new perspective was really valuable.
And the result is amazing. It's a really well-crafted, balanced.
Thank you.
Thanks.
I think it's a very emotionally charged album. I love it. I think
Thank you,
it's
mate.
absolutely, credit where credit's due.
Worth the wait.
Well, I was gonna have to say,
Thank you.
Brilliant. Right, it's time to ask the critical question, the crucial question, and it's all about tea. That's why we're here. We're here to drink tea and talk about music. So, if your music was a flavour of tea, what would it be and why?
Well,
Nice.
is it with the tea we brought today? Can that be?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
That's the idea.
Well, that's what I thought. So the tea. Do you want me to show it?
Absolutely. Why not?
The tea we brought today was Twinnings every day.
Twinnings.
Is it Twinnings
Is it
or
Twinnings or
Twinings?
Twinings?
Twinings.
Because we're twins. That works.
Yeah.
That's
Twinning.
perfect. Yeah.
Twinings.
We thought about this.
Yeah.
Twinings.
Twinnings it is. No.
And so
How much did
this
you
was
pay for that, Ivan?
This was a hard one because we're not really big tea drinkers, but I do enjoy a cup of tea. Don't get me
I like
wrong.
tea.
I do like a tea, but I don't really delve into lots of flavors. So for me, like an everyday is a good tea to have because it's like.
Are we going to
everyone-
explain the backstory, or are you just going to
Everybody likes
bullshit your way?
And also, these were just free in the travel lodge.
There we go. And you came with a good handful of them as well.
We
didn't
came
you?
with lots.
Do you know what I was thinking though? It's quite nice that it's a memento of your tour that we
Exactly.
have now. Or of your, what did you call it earlier? Not a tour,
series of
it's a
shows.
series of shows.
I thought it was a talk.
No, we've all agreed it's a dad talk. So.
I love the tea choice. I think it's brilliant. I love that you just pulled them out and went, well, these were free from the travel lodge.
We're just
And I didn't know how many of you there were, so I brought like 10.
I went into the store cupboard and stole even more.
well, they were on the desk, and the person, like the receptionist, wasn't there at the time. So I was like, wait.
They're not
get more.
even from the room.
I had this idea at 6 a.m. this morning because I was a bit stressed about it. Actually, I was like, what tea are we going to bring? And then I was like, oh, wait, they give you tea in your room.
I'd like to caveat that by the fact that we've arranged this session about 4 months ago.
Yeah.
And it wasn't
They're on
until 6
tour
a.m.
though. They're doing their series of mini shows.
That's it. Well, speaking of live performances, it's time to dive into your first one. What are you going to be performing for us? And do you want to tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, so we're going to play a song called Total Communication Breakdown. And this one was actually quite a late addition to the album. This was the last song that came about. I think we had kind of finished, we'll finish the demos for the participation trophy, and we thought maybe the album could have one more sort of bit more rocky upper kind of song. So I had the sort of verses to this track, and I kind of just spent a day or two kind of going through it, and then it came back really quickly, and we brought it to the band, and so it's nice. And it ended up being one of the singles.
Yeah.
So it was nice. Kind of, I feel like it kind of just that final touch to the album, which it was missing. So, and it's really fun to play live as well.
Great.
It's a nice one.
Brilliant. Well, we can't wait. Let's give it a listen.
Total communication breakdown. Is that how it has to be from here on out? 'Cause I feel alone when I'm with anyone else. I'm all alone and I don't want anyone else. If there's a way to numb the pain, I swear I'll do it. I'm hanging on for any word, any sound to break the silence. Total communication breakdown. I miss you more than words could ever tell. Do you feel alone when you're with anyone else? I'm all alone and I don't want anyone else. If there's a way to numb the pain, I swear I'll do it. I'm hanging on for any word, any sound to break the silence. Is this transmitting? Are you listening? Is there still a note on your dial tone? If you're on the line, I just need a sign. Any sound, please break this silence. Total communication breakdown. Is that how it has to be from here on out? 'Cause I feel alone when I'm with anyone else. I'm all alone and I don't want anyone else. I'm all alone and I don't want anyone else.
So you've mentioned being inspired by bands like Frightened Rabbit and The National, and Big Thief. All artists who don't shy away from that kind of vulnerability, which I think we both think that your music kind of shows. What draws you to that kind of songwriting, and how do you balance being that open without feeling super exposed? Or do you just not even consider it?
I think what I like, with all those artists and artists of similar realm, I think it is that connection. And it depends what people go into music for. Like for me, I listen to music a lot for kind of answers or comfort, or just maybe like feeling, without sounding corny, but not so alone. Because a lot of people don't necessarily listen to lyrics, whereas to me, it's like the most important part.
Yeah, I find that really interesting.
Yeah. And even, so I think with all of those artists you mentioned, like the lyrics, like the main thing, and kind of really, and I remember listening to Frightened Rabbit, the album Midnight Organ Fight, like that was the first ever album I really kind of consumed me. I was like, oh wow, like every lyric in here I'm holding on to.
Yeah.
And I think I caught it at a time, whereas I wouldn't have really got it, because when I was maybe 13 or 14, it took me a bit later when I listened to it when I was, maybe in my early 20s. So yeah, I think that impact really lasted with me, and I just like to create songs that do the same thing.
That is a
for other
super
people.
vulnerable album as well. But yeah, that's cool that you take that.
Yeah, so I think, you know, when you say, I think maybe we could be more vulnerable in some ways. I think it's finding that balance of like trying to write a song without I think it's moving beyond, maybe if it's about someone in your circle or in your life, moving beyond their opinion and maybe like, you know, not be afraid of this person hearing it, or don't have to disguise it too much. Because it's not like, you know, it's just you're writing about what's happening to you, and it's hard to not include those things. Or so it's like it's finding that balance really, which I think would like to push more actually.
We had an artist called Ella on a few episodes ago, and she talked about writer's block and how she experienced it. And I think she mentioned a Joni Mitchell like interview, and where she said the only time you ever get that, or what she feels that the only time she's ever had that is when you're worried about what you're saying. And I feel like that kind of ties not necessarily the writer's block bit, but the vulnerability aspects of it. And you know, am I been too open?
Yeah.
But equally, it gives you that opportunity to be like, if I'm starting to be worried about it, if I'm starting to second guess it, then maybe it's because I'm really hitting on the truth.
Yeah.
And I just, from what you just said there, that just kind of just came back to me, and I thought, oh yeah, that's very apt.
I guess it can be like any aspect of writing, like what you're writing about, like you're saying, starting to worry about what people are thinking. And that, I'm not sure if you've heard of a girl called Mahalia, but she, I went to go and see her recently, and she's got a song called Pressure Points, which is like one of her newer ones. And she's always been quite PG with her writing, of like she does this kind of like R&B style, kind of like poppy. And she actually said that her mum and dad were in the audience, and when she played Pressure Points, she was like, I'm sorry, mum and dad, like I've never really written a sexy song before because I've been really worried that you're going to hear me talking about it. And then she was like, but here it is. So I guess it is true of like your inner circle of like, I guess it's once you push past that, obviously within reason, but push past what they would think when they heard it. Because it is really true, isn't it, that you forget that people writing songs, like your friends and family have to listen to those songs, and if they're like quite vulnerable, it must be quite hard sometimes. But I think you got to do it.
Exactly.
Kind of put it at the back of your mind while you're writing.
Yeah, definitely.
Otherwise you sort of stunt yourself a bit, I'd say.
Yeah, probably. So we're celebrating a whole year of participation trophy. Looking back, what's changed since that came out? Do you feel that the songs mean something different to you now you've had a year of performing them? Or
I think it's, I don't know, like, because we played the song so much live, it's like the new set is it feels like the new normal now.
Because very few of them we'd played live before we recorded, which is very not the norm for us. We would really play songs live and then kind of road test them, whereas a lot of this album was like we'd never played it live, so it was
live to an audience.
Like live to an audience, so it was quite it was like really new in that those first couple of tours was it's kind of like finding your feet again a little bit. But no, like you said, it's kind of slipped back into it now, and it feels like really, and like the songs have kind of, you know, certain parts have changed, like maybe like stabs or little embellishments we've kind of made for the live shows, so that's been fun to kind of play around with. And
like the one in the crowd at the end as well, like that's a rework of the song on the Outlight participation trophy. So like it's been fun like reworking that, and I kind of feel like that one's taken on a bit of a new meaning, playing it in that way. It's this is probably the intro to the talking about this now is probably not the right placement.
No, go for it.
The song we're going to play later, singing it in the crowd with everyone around you, sort of, I don't know, I feel like it's taken on a new meaning in a way.
Yeah.
I love that you guys do that as well, though, because it's very different from listening to the album. It's a very different take on the song, but that must be really nice for an audience to hear it like that. I think it makes it more special when a live version is a little bit different. And
it feels super, like we played it in Bristol a few months ago, and you know, in the last part of this song, I sort of said, I sing along, and then I just met with this like wall of noise, and it was and you can see people screaming and
being
Yeah.
being in it is
and like crying. It's like, it was like a really
Immersive.
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah,
I mean,
quite powerful.
that's like live, the best thing about live music. It feels like, like this is different from the record, but in a good way. Like they're two different
Yeah.
things, and
It is quite contagious as well. Like even when you guys were running through it today, like I was sat in there like, I want to sing, I want to sing with them. But it's. I think your voices just amalgamate so well that you can just create a chorus of people around you.
Thank you.
But yeah.
Oh, is it me again?
Well, it was actually me, but I'm just handing over to you.
So how's album 2 coming along? You've mentioned that you've started writing it.
So it's in the demo phase right now. So we're kind of getting some songs together. There's been a lot of, I see it like imagine like painting, like it's kind of like sketches and I mean, we were speaking earlier, I'm not a painter or artist whatsoever, but it's in like, I see writing songs like you're sketching it and then the initial ideas and take it to a demo phase. That's like, version 1, and then kind of take it to how many versions it needs and takes it to the studio. So I feel like we've got loads of sketches right now and we're starting to piece these ideas into, I mean, we're actually a year today of filming. The album came out, so we're kind of a year, the 12th of July. So it's been one whole year today, actually.
I like
That's
how you
amazing.
waited 7 years to release album 1 and now you're already at demo phase of
Gotta keep it all
album
rolling,
2.
Yeah. That's it. It's like breaking the dam, isn't it?
But I just feel we feel so. I think it's such an inspiring process actually to write and record our first album, which loads of ideas have just come from.
Yeah.
And like you kind of, I felt like a real big confidence boost going into album 2. That whole album 2 fear hasn't really hit me yet.
Right. Okay.
So
I think the thing is as well as some of the songs we're working on we had before or like at the same time as recording album 1. So
Yeah, okay.
it's interesting. It's like a continuation of album 1 in a way.
Yeah, we were going to ask that of like, obviously without giving too much away, do you feel like it is along the same path of like, you're not heading into new territory, or are you heading into slightly new territory? Or is it just a continuation of what you guys have solidified?
I think it's
Banjos. It's all banjos now.
And maracas.
Yeah.
He's back.
I think it's just building on what we've done. I would like it to be obviously we're kind of in the songwriting phase right now, so I feel like that comes later, or like the production,
Yeah,
and,
all
like,
the
finesse and
embellishments,
the arrangements.
yeah.
But yeah, definitely, I would like it to be. I really like it seeing bands progressions and clear, distinct between the albums. So that's the direction we'd like to go. What that direction will be, we're kind of figuring that out. But
still China Bears at the same time. Like it's not so much a departure, but like a development. Yeah.
How have you been? Have you been writing on the road while you've been on your dad tour, or have you been trying to take a step back from it?
A little bit. Like
I mean, last weekend we had a show at like, was it like 3:00? And after that we went back and worked on things. So I guess we've done a little bit of writing. Yeah.
I'm always kind of figuring out lines and stuff, and there's always ruminating in our heads. So yeah, it's kind of an ongoing thing. And if there's an idea, I'll like sing into my phone, or and obviously we have our instruments with us. So, but these have been pretty like back to back. So, but what's nice is going home and then kind of working throughout the week, and then so throughout this tour, as the summer goes on, I think we're going to start introducing some of these new songs or
amazing.
early renditions of these new songs to kind of try and
count it in juxtaposition to what you did with this album then.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
You're going to try and
Actually,
tease it a little bit.
yeah, it would be
Road
nice to do
test.
that.
Yeah.
That's the plan.
That's the plan. So you're on your summer tour, and you've got how many dates are you doing on your summer tour in total?
Do
you know?
I think it's maybe like 14, 12.
14.
It's something around
In the
something
early teens.
in the early teens. Yeah.
So what's coming after this tour then? Have you got any plans for festivals this year or anything like that?
Well, it's mainly writing and recording album 2, getting all like the writing demos done to kind of hopefully be in the studio and by the end of the year. There's a few like support stuff which might come through. That's kind of always the way.
Yeah.
It's all very last minute, but so if we get some of that stuff, great. At the moment, there is no plans to do any headline shows, mainly just to kind of knuckle down. And so but hopefully we'll be out a little bit, you know, and kind
Well,
of
you definitely will be. Bloody
Yeah.
12 to 14.
yeah. Well, I mean,
Plenty of opportunities
Yeah.
to see us this year. Yeah.
like post summer,
Post-summer.
join it. But yeah, I think it's time to kind of. This would be like the 4th tour we've done for this album,
Nice.
so maybe it's time to kind of like knuckle down and go back into recording mode after
Perfect
this.
stuff. Well, it's time to jump into your second live performance. Do you want to tell us what you're going to be playing and a little bit about it?
This is a song called Gracie, which is a very old idea Fraser had, like musically, kind of during around the time the band formed, actually. Some of these songs ideas just sit around for ages. And then I always thought there was something cool about it, but we never nailed it. And then we kind of brought it back, completely ripped it apart and went with this new version. And lyrically, it's just about my best friend who helps me out when I'm not feeling so good. And I think that's like probably the proudest lyrical one from the lyric sides of the album. I think it's got some of the best lines we've ever done.
Yeah, I think
we were-
I flagged a line that you said, was it Make Yesterday Proud of Me? Or was that...
That was another song.
I was thinking about...
Well, I like that anyway.
I was thinking about the lyrics today. There was quite a few things you said where I was like, oh, I really like that line, but that
Thank you,
was
Dave.
one. Sorry, different song.
But yeah, that's this one.
Brilliant. Let's jump into it.
Gracie says I should write it down. It'll help me figure my own thoughts out. She sees the fire in my eyes and wants to understand. She's doing everything a good friend can. I'm skeptic, but I'll give it a try. She has this way of making me feel alright. I put pen to paper with shaking hands. I put pen to paper without a plan. And the only words I could figure down: were you tired of this? Were you tired of me? Your voice always catches me. I fall into every word. I just need reminding. Good timing takes work. Greasy sparks a match in my hand. It says I'll be here long after this burns out. We sit and watch the fire turn the paper to ash. We sit and watch the fire until we both just laugh. Well, you've got to ignore the beaten path. You'll grow tired of it. It'll grow tired of you. Your voice always catches me. I fall into every word. I just need reminding. Good timing takes work. That is not how I see you when I look your way. You are more than the pain that you bear, more than this place. That is not how I see you when I look your way. You are more than the pain that you bear, more than this place. And you're gonna be okay. Gracie says I should write it down. It'll help me figure my own thoughts out. She sees the fire in my eyes and wants to
So you've made it all the way through to the quickfire round. Congratulations! It's an achievement. You've put up with us for so long.
Although less long than other people, because your intro was spot on today.
Yes, that's yeah.
Less
You've
long?
been less long. We'll go with that.
Shorter.
All right, vocabulary king over there. So we've got some quickfire questions for you. I'm rubbish at writing quickfire questions, which means they normally ask for an answer that's longer. So we'll just see what happens.
Okay.
That's
kind of
less longer.
Yeah, let's go for a less longer quickfire shenanigans. So, first question. Who's the biggest perfectionist in the band?
Ivan.
Yeah, me.
Yeah.
What's the most underrated China Bears track, in your opinion?
For me, it's Cold Shivers.
Cold Shivers. Any
I feel
others?
like you also Trick Myself.
I do really like Trick Myself, yeah.
What would you say?
You going to say?
I would have probably said that one too.
I'll say Coming of Age.
The whole catalogue.
Basically,
Yeah, all of them.
you just need to listen to everything ever.
What's the biggest on-stage fail you've had and who caused it?
I fell over once.
Yeah, that was
Oh
fun.
yeah, that was pretty bad. And it was just himself.
And he only had himself to blame.
I was really nervous though because at the time my friend Rosie was playing keyboards, and I thought I'd knocked her. As I fell, I'd knocked her mic stand, and I was worried that like it pushed into her face, and
Right.
I was expecting to come up and like blood everywhere. I was like, oh my! So I was really just worried about her, and then luckily she was fine.
There was also a house party that we played once that was
Oh,
like
we
That's
don't
actually
talk
probably
about that.
very bad.
Yeah.
That you pulled the bass out. That was bad.
I decided
more info on this, please.
This was very early days, and
This is like 20,
we used to like
18 or
drink
something.
before. We don't really drink before we play now, but I had too many basically, and I thought it'd be fun for some reason to jump onto the drum kit and start swinging my microphone stand around. But as I jumped up onto the drum kit, I pulled James's leads out, and it's like the big bit of this song, so it was just
Also
drums.
Muted your guitar.
Yeah.
So it was just
It was
drums
just
and lead
lead.
guitar.
So that was pretty bad. Yeah.
Good memory.
Both me.
Yeah,
and with no one else to blame.
No. Well, alcohol in one.
Yeah, true. Who is your artist to watch for the rest of 2025?
I'm really into Francis of Delirium at the moment.
That's a great name.
I'd
Yeah,
recommend
I
that.
like that.
Francis of Delirium.
I have not heard of that.
There was an album that came out last year. I'm really digging at the moment. Yeah, you guys probably have something else.
I've been a big fan of Lizzie Reed for a while.
Someone else has mentioned Lizzie Reed. I haven't.
We've never met. I've never actually got to see her live, but weirdly, Rod, who produced the album, now manages her.
Okay.
Oh,
But I remember talking to her about him when we were. Is that how you say it? Yeah, talking to her with him when we did the album. And yeah, she's putting out some new music.
Nice.
So it's nice to see.
I'll have to listen. You're the
Yeah, she
second
is
person
really
that
good.
said that.
And I would say you showed me the latest Hotline TNT record,
Oh yeah, that's really
which
good.
has been in my head a lot. Yeah, that's a good album.
Brilliant. What's one song you never get tired of playing live?
Sunday.
Sunday.
That's been in the
yeah,
set
that's
for years.
probably been the one. Yeah.
I'd say that's a
Yeah.
same answer on that one.
Yeah, I like that. It's good.
Finally, one word to describe a live show of China Bears.
Raw.
With how many O's and A's and R's?
Eclectic.
Eclectic.
Nice, I like that.
Warm?
Wow.
Aw.
That's bad.
Is that bad? Maybe it's because it's quite warm.
Probably
today.
what you're describing right now.
It was definitely warm last night. It was like 30-degree heat or
Yeah,
whatever. And
true.
then, I don't know, like emotionally,
Emotionally warm.
you know.
Hyphenated, so it's
Yeah.
definitely
That's two
it's definitely one word.
That's what.
You can stick hyphens between anything to make it one word.
That's it. Yeah.
Really good.
Really
hyphenated.
good.
Really good hyphenated.
Really, really, really good.
Amazing. Right then, it's time for you to let us know where we can find your music and where we can find your social media presence. So kind of fire away, really.
So the album is available on loads of different formats. So we've got vinyl, CD, cassette, streaming. You can kind of get it in any way you consume music. And you can find that on purchase that from our bank on Instagram. So it's at China Bears.
Yeah.
And then other socials are at China Bears Band, one of the two. But yeah, we have a website, so chinabears.co.uk. And you can purchase all of those things or stream all of those things there, basically.
Brilliant. And what other bits of merch have you got? I've seen t-shirts.
Yes.
Right?
So we're kind of we're at the last of the stock. So whatever survives is a good word. But whatever makes it home after this tour will be back up on the merch store we've got, which is on our website, chinabears.co.uk.
Right.
And you can kind of pick up from there, and we'll ship it out to you. And
how kind.
Yeah,
Personally, yeah.
we write a little note in each one.
I was going to say,
yeah.
do you write a little note?
Except for the vinyl. The vinyl comes from a different person.
Okay.
But I don't know their name. So I can't get them to write you a note.
You can ask this random person to thanks from Keith.
But if you buy a bit of apparel, as it's called, t-shirts, whatever, then
Aperol spritz.
you'll get
That's what I thought you were saying.
apparel, right?
apparel.
Apparel.
Twinnings.
Twinnings.
Then you get a little hand note.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah.
That's brilliant. Well, thank you so much for coming on today. We've had an absolute laugh. I hope you've enjoyed it. And just for everybody out there, if you're wanting to find China Bears on Instagram, that's China Bears, @ChinaBears, all one word. No hyphens or anything, right?
That's it.
There'll be links to that below in either the description or the show notes bit on Spotify. But yeah, you've got some more gigs. What gigs have you got left to come in?
So mainly the south. So we've got places like Exeter, Frome, Winchester, Aldershot, and some Wokingham,
Lovely.
and some more.
And all those will be available to find tickets for on your Instagram on your website.
Yeah, that's all there. Gig listings are all there. Yeah.
Brilliant.
Any more that come up, we'll be adding there as well.
Perfect.
Nice.
So that's the place to check. But yeah, that kind of wraps up another episode of Indie Tea Talk. Thank you so much, guys, for coming over
Thank you.
and gracing us with some lovely music amidst your northern aspects of your tour. The dad tour, yeah.
I'm regretting
None of us
calling
are
it.
dads, by the
Yeah,
way.
none of us are dads. I have a dog. So
You're a dog dad.
I'm a dog dad. So, yeah.
Brilliant. Thank you very much. Thanks again for coming. Remember, you can follow Indie Tea Talk on Instagram. That's Indie Tea Talk _. You can also subscribe on YouTube for all the latest content and information. And until next time, thank you very much. Cheers.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Thanks.
you.